Guys, what's up and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's the one and only storyteller. Today I'll be sharing a continuation of the Bible story series that I started some months ago. I'll be dropping the first part of this series in the description box, so if you haven't watched it, you can go watch it. Now, story. If you are a Christian, please take the back seat. If you're not a Christian, come forward. This special story time is for you. So basically, I'll be picking stories from the Bible and I'll be retelling it, with a touch of our modern day language and interpretation. And I'm sure that it is going to be something you would enjoy. Now, the first story I told you about the children of Israel and the time of Daniel. This story can be gotten from the book of Daniel and how the children of Israel were taken into captivity in the land of Babylon. Now, a continuation of this story. So King Nebuchadnezzar, after all that he had experienced in the first and second chapter of Daniel with Daniel and his friends, he woke up one morning and he made a golden image, a very big image, and said that everybody should come together and bow down and worship that image. Now, this image was carved as a replica of him. This image was about 60 cubits, according to what the Bible says. And Nebuchadnezzar said everybody should bow down at the sound of the trumpets, the cymbals, and saxophone, and all musical instruments. Once they were played, everybody was to bow down to this image. You get it. Now, remember that the children of Israel that were taken into the king's court, Daniel, Azariah, Ananiah, and Mishael, who they were called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, and Daniel, who was also renamed Belteshazzar. Now, so after he had made this announcement, he summoned all his subjects and he told them that this is what is going to be done. Then the musical instrument was played and everybody bowed down to this image. But these three Israelites, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they refused to bow down. Then some, citizens saw them. Some members of the court saw them. I was like, who are these people that are flouting the king's order? Who the hell are you? And so they went to the king and they said, "Oh king, live forever." Before then, the king had said that anybody who did not bow down to this image, it was in for something hot. And when I say hot, I mean hot, like literally it was hot. He had set up a burning furnace. And he said whosoever did not bow down to his image was going to be thrown into the burning fiery furnace, and yeah, that was the agreement. So when these people saw that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were not bowing to the image, they went to the king, I service things, apropos, and they say, "Oh king, maybe you gave an order that everybody should bow down to your image. There are some people that are not obeying you." And the king was like, "What? How is it possible? Me, King Nebuchadnezzar of Babylon. Who the hell is that person that will not obey my order?" And that was how he said, "Call these Israelites for me." These Hebrew boys called them. And so Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were called. And the king said, "Is it true? Did I hear well? Who said that? Who and who? What do you say is happening?" And they said, "Oh king, live forever." The king said, "Okay, I'm going to give you one last chance. I'm going to tell the instrumentalists, the drummers, the trumpeters, the saxophonists, those playing the cymbals and the harps, everybody is going to play their instrument. After they play their instrument, start bowing down. Do you hear me? Or else I will throw you into the fire." And guess what? These boys who trusted in God, who knew God, who served God, who were children of God, they told the king, eyeball to eyeball, "Your Excellency, Babanla, with all due respect, sir, please, if I may, excuse me, sir, we will not bow down." There's no need telling them to play any instrument because guess what? We will not bow down to any image. It is only God in heaven that is our God, and that's the only person that we will bow down to. As for this, your image, we are sorry. Thank you, but no. The king was like, "What? How dare you? How could you say that? I'm going to give you one." They say, "Don't give us any chance. Don't bother yourself. Don't stress it. Don't stress it. We are not going to bow down. And even if you decide to throw us into this fire, newsflash, our God is going to deliver us from the fire." And guess what? On the other hand, if our God decides that he will not deliver us from your hand, hey, we don't care. We lay our lives down. We don't mind. Let the fire burn us. And the king was like, "Hey, how dare you? How do you exist? How do you form? Who born you? Hey." And the king was like, "What? For that? Oh yeah, people should increase that fire. Increase their fire. These boys are going in there." And he told them to increase the fire times 7 and make it hotter. And you know that they increased the fire times 7 to the point that even the people that increased the fire were burnt. It's not amazing. That's for you to know how hot this was. And so they increased the fire. And the king said, "Throw them in." And that was how they threw Shadrach, Meshach, in the fire. Almost in the twinkle of an eye, before you could say Jack Robinson, the king looked, "What am I seeing in the fire?" And he asked his subordinates, "What's happening here? Hello, hold up. I see something." Did we not throw 3 Hebrew boys into this fire? And they say, yes, my king. How come I'm seeing 4 people? And the 4th person looks like the Son of God. What's happening? The moment they threw them into the fire, the Hebrew boys were walking around the fire. They were flexing. Hey, God had turned the fire to heavenly thermocoool. They were enjoying AC. They were not feeling anything. It shocked you. Hey, so Nebuchadnezzar said, what am I seeing there? What is happening there? He cleaned his eye. Shina eye they pain me. I be sure they whine me. What is happening? And then he called out the Hebrew boys, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, please come out. What is happening? Come out. And guess what? They walked out of the fire, unburnt, untouched. Their clothes were not burnt. Their hair was not burnt. Nothing was affected by the fire. And they came out. I'm sure they were feeling good. I'm sure they smelt nice. I'm sure it looked like they had just even sprayed perfume. And the king was like, what is going on here? And he said, our God has delivered us from your hand. And Nebuchadnezzar was dazed. He could not believe what had just happened. Maybe they had told him in a dream. He wouldn't have believed. He was like, what? Your God will be my God. From today henceforth, everybody in Babylon must worship the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. Isn't it wonderful? A God that can deliver you in time of trouble. A God that can take you out of the miry clay and set your feet on the rock. A God that can turn a situation around. Now, that is not the end of the story of Nebuchadnezzar or the children of Israel in Babylon. We will continue that in the next episode. We have more tales coming from the same king Nebuchadnezzar. If I were you, I would hit the subscribe button so that when the next story is shared, you will be the first. Go to the comment section. Let's have a conversation. Let's discuss. What do you think about this story? What do you think about Nebuchadnezzar? What do you think could have happened? Do you believe this story? Do you doubt it? Share your thoughts in the comments section. I want to dedicate this special video to Mirabel Awele. I want to say thank you so much. I told you I was going to drop a video for you. This video is for you, so do well to share it to your family and friends. And don't forget to like, comment, share. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel, do so. Storyteller is here for you. I told you I'm back. I am back. Expect more interesting, insightful, informative, educating, and entertaining content on Gist with Storyteller. Thank you so much for watching. I love you. I'm rooting for you always. Bye. Mwah.